Harness Your Emotions, Transform Your Life, Part 2. Let me start by identifying the main groups of people whose anger is controlling them. Do not be surprised or ashamed if you recognize yourself in one or more of these groups. The fact that you are present indicates a desire within you striving to be free. But again, knowledge itself is not enough. Knowledge is in fact not power. The application of knowledge is power. The exploders. We have all met at least one exploder. If we are honest with ourselves, we may admit that we engender that quality ourselves. Most, if not all, anger mongers explode from time to time. Not even 10 years ago, the conventional wisdom among the psychiatric community was that the exploders were actually the most healthy of the anger mongers. Many strategies were created. The thought was that they got their anger off their chest and were done with it. If you will remember, butakas were invented. These were red, cylindrical pillows with handles that allowed angry people to beat the living hell out of the person they were angry with, thereby dissipating and in fact removing all remnants of their anger. More tests, however, were performed that led to the most modern position that this strategy only reinforced and in a way validated the aggressive expression of anger. Pandering to any aggressive or hostile expression of anger creates further damage in the perpetrator and the subject of one's anger. It is in fact the easy way out, and it feels so natural. It was no wonder it was embraced for so long. Furthermore, it reinforces the anger-aggression connection, which is exactly what needs to be rewritten. Exploders frequently are quickly and easily disarmed because of the dissipation of their anger. They are usually the first ones to apologize, sensing the damage they have done, and simultaneously becoming cognizant of what they are very close to jeopardizing, risking, or losing as a result of their action. This behavior is common among people while under the influence of alcohol. In fact, on a subconscious level, some exploders drink in order to provide a ready-made alibi to justify the anger within them that is seeking release. Unfortunately, the combination of alcohol and exploder is a very volatile mixture and many times leads to grave, irreversible consequences. Exploders are the most obvious offenders when it comes to misuse of emotions. However, it is not their fault. I can assure you that no human being ever decides consciously to become an exploder. The act of exploding can be just as confusing to the exploder as it is to the victims of his or her rage. The whiner. Whiners are no less angry than their exploding counterparts. The way they express their anger is learned in the same way exploders learn theirs. Whiners are either copying a whining parent or are subconsciously mitigating their anger using a less overt technique. It has been said that whining is anger coming through a small opening. Some whiners remember the horror of their exploding parents and agreed on a subconscious level never to be like them. Unfortunately, the meme for the inappropriate expression of anger was indelibly set. So as much as they may try, their anger will seek expression. Whiners often are infected with the victim virus. Their anger transmutes to obtuse and ambiguous forces that exist outside themselves, providing the perfect self-deception that proclaims that they are not responsible for how they think, feel, and act. The program of anger comes from a place that contains more pain, guilt, and shame than their conscious mind can process. Therefore, they displace all this pain onto something or some force outside themselves. This is perhaps the most difficult group to lead to positive change. They do not believe that they are responsible for anything bad that happens to them. When that is the case, it only follows that their ability to help themselves is greatly diminished or obliterated. The passive aggressive. The passive aggressive are in many ways similar to whiners. They're either emulating a passive aggressive parent or were so damaged by an exploding parent they subconsciously stuffed everything deep down. But again, the anger seeks expression. These were the ones that were bewildered and overwhelmed by overt aggression. The ones will deliver backhanded compliments so effectively you would never guess that they were using you as a shooting target. Because of their devious and covert strategies, they indeed can be just as damaging, if not more so, than exploders or whiners. Additionally, these are the ones we often hear about going postal. There exists a monster within themselves that is insufficiently fed by their weak, ill-conceived attempts to exact pain and revenge. These are the ones that are in many cases recluses, whom when others are interviewed about their killing spree often say, "Wow, what a surprise. He or she seemed like such a nice person." Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes part 2 of Harness Your Emotions, Transform Your Life. Please stay tuned to our channel for forthcoming ways to rewrite and supplant the toxic programs that have been running your life since before you